Kotoko, but it wasn't without controversy in the first half, where a decision that we all thought was going to be a penalty to Bechem United was overturned by referee Moro Osman after consulting the first assistant referee there. So the sport points have been shared, and I'm sure Kumasi Asante Kotoko will be delighted with this one because they didn't lose. They've lost 4 consecutive games, but this time they go home with a point. And for Bechem United and the Hunters, they would be disappointed because they thought they had Kotoko in their palms, and this was their time to kill off the Porcupines. So I'm still here with Felix Romark and, of course, Josiah Okokwe. Felix, 90 minutes, second half, I thought we were going to see a few goals, but it wasn't meant to be.
I think that if you look at Bechem United, they created a lot of chances in the game. I was thinking they would go on to pick up the 3 point, but Kotoko themselves defended quite well. Danlad, right from the blast of the referee's whistle, made some excellent save, to deny Emmanuel Ano, also denying Kinfo in that particular position, and then Ano again in the second half. So you could see the excitement on his face. They did quite well in defense. They had to defend for this particular point. And it's something that you need to build on. They needed something to build on. They needed to stop that, a bad run of form. And clearly this win at this point at Bechem will be a huge motivation for them. For Bechem United, it will feel like 3 points lost more than a draw because they created the better chances. They had a lot of possession, they made very good a use of the ball, but when they got into the final third, getting the ball at the back of the net, they had a huge presence of Danlad to deal with, and good for Danlad, they couldn't overcome him, and I must say that Kotoko clearly for their work in defense deserve to pick the points in this game.
Of course, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko there picking the points. Josiah, clearly Kotoko, Danlad there covering himself in glory, this time making some important saves. And today, finally, Kotoko have a point to add to their tally.
Mutala, it's a good point for them, and I believe it's one of the best ways to end that very, very sad losing streak, to have gone 4 games without a single point. We all knew that going to the Nana Fusu Jabo Park was going to be very, very difficult for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And, the worst possible outcome for them, we were all thinking it would have been, a huge or another loss being inflicted on them. But then you could see the kind of character they showed today. And I think it's a step up, of what we've seen in recent times from Kotoko, even when they are playing home or away. At least with Danlad at the back, you could see some sort of, maturity at the back. And he's arguably my man of the match. Looking at the performances he put up today, he is by far my man of the match. He's the reason why Bechem United, are not walking away with 3 points. He's the reason. He was the one who stood in between Bechem United and victory. And, he deserves it. This is a player who has been making the headlines for the wrong reasons in recent times, not because he's doing something wrong, but fans asking why he's not available to play for them. And there's also something that Kotoko has been missing for some time now: consistency from goalkeepers. It's not been there. He put up such a good world-class performance today, but then it's about keeping up with these performances. And Mutala, I believe that right back home to Kumasi would feel a good one, especially after going 4 games without even picking up a point. They would really take with this one with some pride.
I'm sure it will be a short ride back to the capital, that is Kumasi, for them. But the last 5 games that Asante Kotoko have played, you see it on your screens. They've lost 4 and drawn just 1. That was the game that just went by. So Asante Kotoko finally, after 4 games, have a point on the ball there. And Asante Kotoko's last 5 away matches also has seen them won once, lost 3 and drawn just 1. Felix Romark, at least some relief for Coach Prosper Natiogo.
Of course, he'll be very, very happy. Aside the points that they picked, I think that the defensive performance was good. He won't be very impressed because Kotoko did not create any clear-cut opportunity in this game. But we shouldn't forget that the other positive Kotoko can take home is the fact that they've kept clean sheets, which has been hard for them in recent game. And to come to Bechem to pick a point, this is a venue they haven't won in the last 5 games prior to this particular one. So for them to go out there, defend very, very well, and pick up a point it's still good for. I'm sure for Kotoko they still can think about getting into the top 4. If they want to win the league, it'll still be hard. Though anything can happen in football. After this particular game, we have 10 more matches to go, which is 30 points. There are 10 points adrift the league leaders, Nations FC. So you say, oh, it's not lost, but I think that Dr. Prosperity Ogum wanted the point to start building something or stop that bad run that Kotoko have had. If you look at the stats that are on your screen, Mutala, it is not good. It is not good. You can't score 20 goals and concede 20. Concede 20, won 9, lost 9, and drawn 6, which for me is not the Porcupine Warriors that we used to know. And pay his own standard. You know, he's been there before. This is his second coming. We saw what he did in his first coming.
It hasn't been easy for him.
It hasn't been easy because of a lot of issues. But if I were him, I think that the concentration should go more into getting the team to play better, doing or whatever it is, tactically and technically to get him his team performing and winning matches, especially at the Bavaria Sports Stadium. You know, for a team like Kotoko, if for nothing at all, the Bavaria Sports Stadium should be a fortress for visiting teams. But people or teams come into the Bavaria Sports Stadium and then they feel their fear factor when they are playing Kotoko is no more there. Kotoko, per these results, they keep on being the best away team in the Ghana Premier League. So they just need to make sure that bad home run, they need to find a solution to it as quickly as possible.
Of course, so Asante Kotoko there getting a draw against Bechem United. So let me run you through the results and the upcoming fixtures as well. So Nations FC yesterday had a 1-0 victory over Great Olympics, and just gone by, Asante Kotoko picking up a point against Bechem United. Accra Lions also had a 1-0 victory over Bofo Akwatano. Tomorrow we'll see the Phobians had to return to the Accra Sports Stadium after moving to some venues in Ghana. They played at the Sogakope Wafa Park, then they moved to the Barbera Sports Stadium. This time they are back at the Accra Sports Stadium and they are taking on Bibiani Gold Stars. And Swatchaman will also come up against Brekum Chelsea with Karela engaging Heart of Lions. Adriana would also take on Real Tamale United at the Nana Ajima Bedu Park. Then there's Samatex at Samra Boy against Mediama. That is a big game. Dreams FC's game against Legon Cities has been postponed because Dreams will be taking part in the CAF Confederation Cup, where they'll be playing that second leg qualifier against Stade Malien. They won by 2-1 in the first leg, and tomorrow we'll see them play that second leg. So back to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Bechem United. Josiah, for Bechem and Osewaya, I'm not sure they would also feel too disappointed knowing that it was against Asante Kotoko. But maybe they'll be looking at Kotoko with a different lens, that this was a team that wasn't in great shape. We could have won.
Well, they should feel disappointed because they had, a significant amount of possession in this game. They controlled affairs for larger parts of this game. They created the best chances in this game, and they had the better form also coming into this game. So yes, it's Kotoko. They are a giant, but Mutala, they should be disappointed for not being able to pick up 3 points in this particular game. Bechem United are one of the most consistent teams when it comes to top 4 finishes in the last 3-4 seasons in the Ghana Premier League. Let's not forget that. They are very, very consistent. At some point, last season, they were pushing for the title going into the last game of the season. So maybe the only change for them now has been the fact that whoever replaced Kasim Mingo hasn't done the job they've been expecting him to do. But then there's still some high standards in the team. Let's not look at Bechem United and feel, there aren't any standards being set for them. There's a team that always finishes in the top 4 in every league season, even during their days under Coach Kasim Mingo, who is currently with Nations FC. They play some exciting football. You can look at the fact that even in the absence of Afis Konkoni, who left after the season ended, August Lukra, who is the second joint top goal scorer in the league, and also Avagno, who wasn't even in the team with the team today. See, they still managed to play some exciting football against Kotoko. So for me, if they should think making a point from this game is a good result, I would agree with them. Per the standards we know Bechem United, how many big teams go to Bechem and are able to come out with 3 points or even a point? It's even difficult. It's a very, very difficult ground for any team at all that visits them. So for me, Mutala, I believe if they are, aiming to finish in the top 4, then these are the results they should be getting. Because if Nations can go to Babaya and win against Kotoko, if Accra Lions can go to Baba and win against Kotoko. If Kotoko can lose 4 games on the trot, then maybe you should be adding more woes to their misery than settling for a point in this one.
At least, Felix, we've had some clarification behind the scenes. I mean, a lot of interpretation as to whether that was a genuine penalty awarded to Kumasi Asante to Bechem United and resigned it. But we needed to do a little research here, go back to the rules, and what did he say, lecturer?
First of all, the decision would solely lie in the hands of the referee.
Okay.
At the first instance, he thought it was a penalty, and it took him about 30 seconds to even point his to the Kotoko player that the ball came off the hand of Nuruddin.
Okay.
Pointed to the spot, but then the linesman assisted him in telling him that wasn't a penalty.
Was he wrong to consult the linesman?
Not at all. I think that for referees, that is why we have assistant referee.
Okay.
So the word assistance means somebody who is there to assist you.
Okay.
So and mostly in decision making, the assistant referee wants to assist the referee in making a better decision. So it wasn't wrong at all for the referee to consult. And sometimes for a referee, you are the center of the game. You are the center referee. So the final decision lies with you. And he decided, you know what, I think I got it wrong. At this particular, I wish the producer can pause here. One of the reasons why the referee rescinded the decision was at this particular point, Nuruddin was going down, and then he had no choice than to use both hands as a support.
Okay.
And when the hand is in that position, you can't take it as a handball.
Okay.
And I'm sure that was... And from this particular angle, we talk about proximity. I look at this particular screen or where this video has been paused. The linesman looks to be far away. But then again, for the benefit of doubt, I think that he might have a better view of the position of the hand as a support and the ball may be better than the referee, because this particular angle gives us a better view. So at the discretion of the referee, I don't really want to go into that. I think that the referee first of all thought it was a penalty, consulted the linesman. The linesman said no, and I'm sure the reason why he said no was because the arm was in a position supporting the body and there was nothing the defender could have done. But then again, somebody might also argue for the fact that this was goal bound and the hand was stretched to block the ball. But let me give the doubt to the referee. He made the final decision. And I think that even after that, Bechem had numerous opportunities to even score a goal, but they didn't. But for me, I think that Dr. Usman Imoro had a very good game in this one. Aside this particular incident, which for me, I think that it could have gone anyway. Because for the referee to say first it was a penalty, second it tells you that any referee who had even given it, I don't think we made a lot of noise about it.
Okay,
but
Josiah,
I'm sure Josiah
I think Josiah wants to comment on this. Meaning the opposite can. The one will be different, because we've had some top referees also explaining things.
The interpretation of the ball to handball.
It's not ball. There's not about ball to hand or hand to ball.
I'm talking about the ball hitting the hand, the ball coming off the hand.
No, it never came off any part of the ball.
No, I'm just saying that the ball, the hands in a neutral position, ball coming off the sleeve.
I'm throwing this to the producer, Olengi. On fire referee Alex Kotimo, Oma Yejumana channel experience on for Mumra one day. Now we explain the handball rule. It's
not just the handball.
There's different circumstances.
Because handball rule, when it comes to interpretation with regards to handball, as interpretation, even though it is a specific rule.
Yeah, there are specific rules. Because if you are reading the Law 12 from the FIFA rules, right? We are reading the Law 12. It says that a player causes a handball. There's a handball incident. Are you listening? There's a handball incident. If a player, following this clarification, it is a handball offense if a player touches the ball with their hand or arm when it has made their body unnaturally bigger. And I'll take you back to that screen. You see,
but at the same time, we talk about the hand being a support for Nuruddin in this situation.
The way he throws his arm around. You get it. It wasn't like just going down. And there's a part that says, listen carefully. A player is considered to have made their body unnaturally bigger when the position of their hand or arm is not a consequence of or justifiable by the player's body movement for the specific situation. Now listen again. By having their hand or arm in such a position, the player takes a risk. Now, listen, takes a risk. It's a risk because you are going down there, you know, and whichever way you make yourself bigger, and you could see clearly that he was trying to, very smartly, trying to make himself bigger. It was a chance he was taking.
But no one goes down like a log.
There's a point that says that a player that falls to the ground needs to protect himself using the support of his hand.
So that is the support.
It's usually not a handball if the ball hits the supporting hand. So if you are falling on the ground and you are using your hand as a support, and clearly
no one falls without having the support.
Of course, that is
what the rules are saying.
That's why the same rule states that if you make yourself unnaturally bigger, which in this case he was doing.
Okay, so in that instance, it comes down to the discretion of the referee. Whether Nuruddin himself bigger or the hand was a support. And is that in the foreign in the Western world, because they have the option of using technology, the player either made himself bigger or was a support. This is the case where the referee is just a flash.
No, so we could see from what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe not by the audio, but the visual. The referee pointed to the spot.
Yeah.
Tap his Sam
so
telling
clear.
the Kotoko players
So confident.
it was a penalty. But then again, the assistant referee assisted the referee. You know, he moved from his position. When it is penalty, the assistant referee needs to come closer to the 18-yard box. But when he got there was a communication. He needed to assist the referee and tell him that, you know what, the ball came off the hand when the hand was supporting the player doing that fall. And that was the reason why it wasn't given. But at the end of the day, in situations like this, it is to the discretion of the referee to say whether it is a penalty or not. The referee said so it was, later had to change his mind because he felt that the linesman had supported him in making a better decision with that.
Okay, so that was what happened there, and I'm sure we would have a lot of explanations. So the interpretation for some of these rules.
Most of decisions in the Premier League, maybe you can get a catalogue of it. And when it comes, maybe time with Alex Cote.
And I don't know, time with Alex Cote. Tuesday, Thursday, GPO headquarters. So we have to go back to the Nana Fosuji Abo Park. The game ended goalless between Bechem and Asante Kotoko. And have a listen to the two managers.
Is it the kind of performance you are expecting from the boys?
Yes, but Kotoko already determined that we are going to take a point from here. But we changed the 4-3-3 to 3-5-2, but it didn't work in the last stages of the game, but it didn't work.
You dominated possession in the first half, you did the same in the second half, you rang in changes, you brought in Owusu, you brought in Chinia as well, you still couldn't score, you are creating and not scoring. Are you worried as a coach?
Yes, a little bit worried, because you can see that Kotoko are more defensive, well organized today. That's why we couldn't penetrate. So we go back and work hard so that the next time we make sure they can deliver.
How are you coping with just one out-and-out striker after the exit of Avognon and the previous exit of Okra? You are left with only Sefas Mante. You sometimes want to use Ano as the false number 9. Are you worried you don't have so many attackers in the team now?
Well, yes, it's only these players that we have. For leaving off Konkoni and Gogesli Okra, they left with Ano and Sefas. So we work hard on them so that they will pick up and get back their scoring boots.
Do you think your top 4 aspirations are still alive?
No.
You play against Olympics in Accra on Wednesday. What should the fans expect from you?
Yes, they should expect the best. Nothing at the best. We are going to train hard and work hard so that we meet Olympics on Wednesday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Your impressions about the game?
I think it's a game we fought very hard for this draw. We came with a game plan, and you could see the boys were very determined, very disciplined, and we had a point. Kudos to them.
Would you say this is a much more improved performance from your previous 4 defeats?
I think no. To me, our previous games we played very well, but we couldn't score. If you want. To me, the previous games we played very well, better than this, but we couldn't score. And with this game, the only difference is they were very disciplined defensively.
Exactly the point I was going to drive at. Defensively, you look very solid. In midfield, you are very compact. But the problem is that you are not creating enough scoring chances. And for that matter, you don't look potent up front.
Yeah, you are right. This particular match, we did not create enough chances. But the most important thing is we getting a point here.
You still haven't won a game in your last 5 matches. How does that make you feel as a team?
We feel very bad, and bad for the supporters because we've starved them for so long. But they should bear with us. We are still working hard, and very soon we will change things.
How early will Lamte, Asare, Aqua, and the likes return to the team?
I think the physios are working on them, and very soon they will be in.
Next stop is on Thursday in Kumasi against another very good side, and Swatreman. What do you have to tell the fans ahead of that game?
Yeah, they should expect a good game. Much improvement upon this, and I promise them we are going to make them laugh once again.
Better luck next time.
Thank you.
Aima, what do you have to say about the performance of your team?
Well, it was a good game from the boys because we are all determined to win the game, but unfortunately we couldn't score. That's the only problem now, but I think the boys did well.
You dominated in both the first half and the second half. You created very good scoring chances. Why were you not able to put the ball at the back of the net?
Well, I think it's part of the game. Sometimes we find it difficult to score. So I'll just make sure I work hard in training and come back in the next game and find my goal scoring again.
Tell me how you are coping with your new role as a false number 9.
I think sometimes it's a bit difficult because I'm trying to play and help the team, but it's all the support from the coaches and the players, so I think I'm coping with it.
And about your performance today, you did everything but to put the ball at the back of the net. Best player for today, what do you have to say?
I would say it's not only my effort, it's the boys too. They helped me a lot, so it's not only me, and I think the goals will come. That's all.
You are a fan favorite. They love you so much. What do you have to tell your fans?
I thank them always, and I really appreciate their efforts, and I make sure next time I'll give them what they want.
Better luck next time.
Thank you.
Emmanuel Arnold was voted the most valuable player in this game. He actually gave a good account of himself, and if not for the brilliance of Ibrahim Danlad in that post, he could have given Bechem United the winner, but fortunately, he ended goalless for Bechem. Kotoko will be the happier of the two sides. Felix, David Oklu, assistant coach of Asante Kotoko, will say they are not happy even with the draw because even in other games, Omulusi, they played better than today.
Oh, anyway, maybe for a club like Kotoko, they are expected to win games and he will be disappointed that they didn't pick up the maximum win. But if you do a critical analysis of this game,
Okay,
this
Felix,
is a
I'll
game
come back to you, but we have retired referee Alex Cote on the line for us. He's one of the most experienced referees we've had in this country, and he's the head of referees as well. Referee Alex Cote, Pachotemeka.
And but I'm between Kapa.
Many just say Uteminka. Pacho, Bechem Kotoko, me a sure so shebi. Referee Osman. And the coach them etwa me sure so ni pa or the penalty be ma Bechem United na we no consult the linesman and or somebody no say any penalty we signed the decision no factor from your own expertise any baby out there no was this a penalty or it was the right call from the referee later?
Okay, so do you want me to take Chi or English?
But okay, tree that's my tree.
Hello.
Yeah, ref, me talk. How about my tree now? The bro for mammy.
If I don't say.
Oh yeah, the tree mammy never bro for the fra mammy.
Okay, all right. You might say. So okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes, so I watched the game, and I I'm very, very delighted of listening to analysts and the way trying to interpret the laws of the game. Josiah was quoting the laws, but was interpreting them wrongly in relation to the incident that happened or the incident. Yes, was hand used as a support, an assistant, or was the hand outstretched? If the hand was outstretched, then you can say the hand has made the body unnaturally bigger.
Okay.
So that is one side of the law, making your body unnaturally bigger. It means that your hand is outstretched from your body. Then it means that you made your body unnaturally bigger. Now, he also put the controversial to your body. But about said justifiable position of the hand. It go again into the laws of the game used it there. So now we are looking at was the hand justifiable to his, to the incident, and then was it justifiable?
Okay.
What it said, consequential body movement. Now, if we are even using that law to analyze this we are saying that if the player is going on the ground, the hand is used as a support. So in that case, it is justified, and it is also consequential to his body movement, because the body movement, as I said, is going on the ground. So anybody who is going on the ground, the only thing you can use to support your body is the hand. You cannot use any other thing to support your body. So it is justifiable, and it is consequential to the body movement. That is the law. Now, so now you want to look at at the time where was the hand? Was the hand on the ground, or was it coming off from the ground? You see, all these instances, the hand was justifiable. So if the ball hit the hand at that stage, you don't see it as a foul. The referee guys on the split of the woman saw the hand hitting he saw the ball in the hand, and so he picked the handball. The assistant is there, and we are emphasizing on teamwork.
Okay.
Refereeing is not only for the referee, it's for the entire referee team, including the fourth referee. You understand? It's the fourth referee now or draw the attention of referee. Now, the referee has every right to listen to what the fourth is telling him and analyze it against what has happened on the field of play at that moment. So it's the incident that happened, and you pick the relevant law that will suit that incident, and then you make your decision. And so it was very good as assistant referee because what it had been done, that it maybe the referee would have taken or would have made a decision that was not right. So in this case, we need to applaud the referee for that. It will in that day.
I think we're having a little challenge with the line there, but referee Alex Cote explaining or interpreting the rules for us. So see Josiah, kind of rules, no, but I'm say Josiah interpreting the so I don't know if referee is back on the line. Okay, Pachawa, ref.
Yes.
Yes, you did it up to a point. Say it was justifiable for the referee to even consult the assistant referee in that manner.
Yes, perfect. And so what I was just reiterating, the is not for only the ref, it's for the entire refereeing team,
okay,
including the fourth referee. What I said, it's on the field of play. Now, if it stands not in the good position, now if the fourth referee is better, and he's able to communicate very well to the referee. The referee has right to check him.
Okay.
As long as the match or the game has not restarted. What am I saying?
Okay.
But for me, I think that the referee is excellent, was good, and it was a good.
Okay, referee, that's it. Referee, let's go. But Felix remarks your person be sawa sembako ewa.
Referee, I'm sure there were a lot of decisions in the league this season. Going forward, more attempts to help the referees technologically, improving the communication gadgets. Even are there plans to even try a semi-VAR and a VAR in some of the games going forward? Because we are getting to a point other countries are getting far away from us in terms of technological assistance to the referees. And who are penny or FL in terms of referees? No, any updates on in that aspect when it comes to technological assistance for our referees?
Okay, and so we are. We have not. It is something by every member to do. So at the right come.
The line is breaking.
So because we have them get the control times you
Ref.
working well.
Ref, what you make? But now online everything that you said we couldn't really hear. So if you can repeat that for us, wait me edge that baby kakana watch it. Very important if we are going to have technological assistance to for our referees going forward.
Okay, so yes.
I think the line has dropped there. But you asked a very, very important question. If you're going to have some form of assistance. Okay, but you better rev back. Line education. You better rev back. Then no what you do. Josiah. So referee has made it clear to us. I'll see nobody falls to the ground without having support. But I understand where you are coming from. You are saying that the support is relative.
No,
you can say I wanted to support myself.
Defenders are smart. Defenders are very, very smart. You know, and it's when you watch defenders defend sometimes you can see how they go about their business. You know, sometimes trying to do away, you know, or even run away from certain fouls and certain calls and all that. You know, being just smart about how they go about things. And if you are Nuruddin, you'd have, you know, applied that same technique, you know, to have tried to block the ball. But then also he spoke about the fact that you need to apply certain aspects of the law, you know, to interpret. And that was why he selected or he chose that part which states that the player was slided and had to support. But then there are other parts of the law too that, you know, others would have wanted to take and applied it, you know, with that same circumstance or scenario. So it depends. It's always relative. But then also, you know, like we said earlier on, it's just the discretion of the referee. He has the final say. You know, after being sure within a split second, he had to confer with a linesman.
Okay. So Josiah, let's go back onto the lines. Referee Alex Corte is back. Ref, technology DNA and one year bisa officer you do in so most people ask when are we going to have technology assisting our referees, because they say refereeing in general and yet just for humans.
Yes. I agree with you. And so what we are doing is that if you realize we have bought a lot of communication gadgets that they are used. Sometimes they lose contact here and there. But well, we are still managing to improve on that. With the VR, yes, we started the process. We have not let it go. We are still pressing. Even just last week, I sent an email to FIFA, and so we are trying to see how they can to bring the implementation of the VR. And so it is work in progress. I believe that at the right time, it will come.
Well, thank you very much, Ref. You're always one that we can count on as far as explaining and giving us clarity to some of these decisions when we are here and we are confused. And even the law sometimes brings a lot of confusion. Yeah.
In the event the referee had taken a penalty, wouldn't having the right call?
No, or say it was the right call was the referee.
Yes, we seen it. But then in the event the referee had taken a penalty.
Yeah. It would have been a wrong call. Per the explanation he has given, it would have been a wrong call. Because he feels that Nuruddin's hand was supporting his body. So it was never, he said it categorically, that it was never a penalty. So he was happy with the referee.
And we should also forget that whatever decision, being it from the two assistants or the match, the fourth official, the referee is the only one who can
he has
make
the ultimate decision.
So for him to rescind the decision, it means that he realized that I was wrong with the first call, because a referee could have, the linesman could have, passed on his how do you call it, his opinion, and the referee would have said, you know what, I think what I went with.
There was a similar situation when Heart of Oak played against Dreams FC recently, when it was Kosa who went into that nasty challenge, and after the referee gave the red card, he still had to confer with the assistant. And I don't know if they were trying to rescind the decision, but it's becoming very rife in the league these days. Even after a decision has been taken, the referee confers, and it's a bit confusing, because you'd be asking if is he trying to just.
So which is best?
That's why, because it's become, that's what I'm saying. Because if you won that game against Dreams FC, Heart and Dreams FC, you saw that incident. Yeah, after the red card, the referee still took a minute or two to confer with the assistant referee. So in that scenario, is he trying to, and after a decision has been given, does that mean conferring to just further accept or to buttress the point that the referee made earlier on, or just to debunk it? Because it's a bit.
You've had the opportunity of being in commentary position for some of these games, and I'm sure that there'll be moments where you say to yourself, the referee should have consulted the assistant in making a better decision. Yeah, especially for penalty calls.
The elements that goes into that is one. I think proximity is one.
Yeah,
because the referee would think, see, I was in a better position to have seen that, so let me confer with the assistant. So certain factors come into play whenever we are talking about the referee conferring with the linesman. But then in both cases, with today's instance, the referee just gave it within a split second. He felt it was a penalty. In Heart of Oak's game against Dreams FC, he just went straight to Kosa and flashed the red.
And then still went to consult.
So I feel maybe then they should confer before taking the final decision.
No. You see, Josiah, assistant referees are there to assist the referees. And I'm sure that a referee will go for that assistant when he feels that he wasn't too sure. Or maybe when the assistant referee is sure that the referee had made a mistake. So why don't I also assist? Because my position on the field is not just to raise flags, because you talk about proximity. There are areas on the pitch where the best decision should come from the linesman.
Solely their decision.
Yes, when the action is even closer to them. Or maybe an off-the-ball incident in which the referee did not see.
Because he might be running and has his back.
I don't have a problem. See, if the referee will consult the linesman most of the time and make the right decision in football matches, I'm okay with that. Yes, it is better than not to consult at all and make an awful decision. And that is the title given to those people. They are assistant referees. They are there to assist. You understand? But there are some clear and obvious foul and decisions I feel that you don't even need consulting. And that is where maybe we'll start to question the referees. But I think that if a linesman is assisting the referee making the better decision,
we can go all day about this decision, quote the laws as we want, but they force the experts to properly interpret to us, and that is what referee Alex Cote has done. Let's go through the results again before we try and check out of the studios. Here, Nations FC yesterday having a 1-0 victory over Great Olympics, with Bechem United drawing goalless with Asante Kotoko. Accra Lions also beating Bofokwa by a 1-0. And tomorrow, Heart of Oak will come up with Stars, and Heart of Oak Kumasi Asante Kotoko player would be in the studio, that is Samuel Inkum, to actually do the analysis for that game. So, I mean, he has played Heart of Oak just last season, so he has better insight to what Heart of Oak will be coming up with against Baby Eddie Gold Stars, who are also motivated to come to Accra and pick all the 3 points. In Swataman will be taking on Bechem Chelsea. Karela United will take on Heart of Lions, with Adriana engaging Real Tamale United. Samatex against Baby Mediema. That is a big game, Felix. You win is
a big
because
one.
Mediama are having troubles in the league.
Of course. But before I go to that, you know, referee Alex Scott just sent me a message. He said the angle of view is better than proximity.
The angle of view
is better than proximity.
Quote of the year.
Quote of the year.
The angle of view is better than proximity.
Yeah, of course. And which is very true.
Maybe you can have a good angle, but in distance, clarity.
Yes, proximity.
That is a very big game.
Yeah.
That is a Western derby.
Yeah.
It is the current Premier League, champions, and the team that is looking like dethroning the champion.
Yeah.
It's the Western derby. I'm hoping that we have a very good game in Summer Test. You look at how good they are in Summer Boy. There's a game that they want to win and go back to the top of the league log. I'm just hoping that, this kind of games should be classified as Category A matches. It means that we need tight security at this game. There's an history between these two teams in the past. I'm not saying that they are violent. I don't think we've ever witnessed a violent situation in Summer Boy before, but it's a Category A game, and we need to classify it as much and provide the needed support. And I'm happy that we are getting into a game. For Mediama, their challenge in Africa has ended. They still have a chance in winning the league. They are not far off the top two teams in Nations and
I think they have a game in hand as
well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a huge game, and I'm sure Samatex will want to take the opportunity and make their home invincibility count. But I'm going for them as favorites in this particular game.
Okay, so those are the fixtures coming up. Tomorrow, we will be back to bring you Heart of Folk against BBN Gold Stars. That game is at 6 p.m. It is at 6 p.m., so do take note of that one. Build-up will start at 5 p.m. and the game kicks off at 6 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium. I told you that Dreams FC's game against Legon Cities has also been called off because the Dreams will be playing in the Confederation Cup. Tomorrow, they will take on Stade Malien.
It's a
big one.
It is a very big game. All we can say is we wish them well. I'm a bit surprised how far they've gone because I never gave them the chance. Looking at their first debut in the CAF competition in Africa, they've done quite well, getting out of the group stage and into the quarterfinals. Financially, they get to get some money in there, which would help them. But it's also important that we give them the support because the further they go, if they get into the finals and maybe win it, they become the second Ghanaian club to win the Confederation Cup. And then we can get some coefficients points and climb up that CAF, inter-club ladder. Who knows? Maybe we can start getting our 2 slots back for both the CAF Confederation Cup and the CAF Champions League. So I'm urging all the fans in Kumasi, you've supported Dreams up to this time. It is important for them to finish their job off in the second leg.
That game is at 4 p.m. and Max TV has something interesting for you concerning that one. Let's look at the table before we quickly bounce out of the studios. Nations FC are leading the pack with 43 points. Samatex play tomorrow, but they are second with 42 points. They have an opportunity of going back to the top should they win against Mediama. Adriana are third with 36 points. Accra Lions, currently they lie fourth with 36 points. No one seems to be talking about Accra Lions, but they are sneaking in the very least opportunity. Bechem United, after gaining 1 point today, are fifth with 34 points. Bechem Chelsea are also sit with 34 points. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they have 33 points. It's not all doom and gloom for Asante Kotoko as many people have made it look, but currently they are 7th. Mediama, they will be playing tomorrow and they also have 33 points and are 8th on the table. In Swataman are 9th, with 33 points.
Samatex for Assuming Kancha said Mediama near outstanding game.
Mediama near outstanding game. Okay, looking at the table, Mediama. Okay, they've cleared that outstanding game. They lost. They lost that game. Okay, Edmond Aka. Hey, senior. Senior, we wish you all the best going into that game. It was Samurai Boy. I see a best now. Many Felix, we have a Samurai Boy.
How are off?
That's it. The second half of the table has Heart of Folk who are lying 10th. They will be playing tomorrow against BBN Gold Stars at the Accra Sports Stadium. They have 32 points. And Great Olympics lost yesterday. That has pushed them to 11th on the table with 31 points. Legon Cities are 12th with 31 points as well. BBN Gold Stars would need maximum points should they climb up the ladder. And tomorrow they have a tough tough task against the Phobians who are returning to the Accra Sports Stadium. Dreams FC are 14th. They have 28 points, but they have 2 games in hand there, so they might not worry about that. They will be playing tomorrow against Stade Malien in the second leg of the CAF Confederation Cup. They won the first leg 2-1. Tomorrow 4 p.m. at the Barbera Sports Stadium. If you are within Kumasi and its environs, go and support Dreams FC. For Karela, they lie precariously above the relegation zone on 15th with 27 points. And the last 3 teams on the Ghana Premier League table are Bofo Kwatano, who are 16th with 26 points. Heart of Lions are 17th with 22 points. Real Tamale United, Extreme Sejata, they are 18th with just 22 points. So that is how the table looks like. Tomorrow, it is Heart of Folk against Baby Any Gold Stars. Hey, so this is where we call it a wrap. Now, before I go, let me do this birthday wish. This one says, happy birthday to Jasmine Jesse from who stays at Kotobabi down from Godwin. That's a birthday wish we Afibiami you. This particular person, Jasmine Jesse, is from Godwin, who works at MCR here. Such a wonderful guy. Jasmine, happy birthday to you, and may the good Lord bless you and keep you safe. This is where we call it a wrap. Thanks to my senior colleague, Felix Romack, and of course, Josiah Okokwe for always being here and helping with the analysis. And thanks to referee Alex Corte, ref, Nyamin Shrow, said they be a frewa, so now it is very important that we get experts to actually explain things for us. And referee Thomas Nunu also contributed behind the scenes. And you know, if we sending him about explaining the rules to us. And no Orlando from Kigali, Ebedu, Ghana, and referee Thomas Nunu, that as a honor. Ed Mwaka, we wish you all the best. It's on it, Mediama, Patrick Akoto, Mediama. Also, we wish you all the best. Come on, dear Moses Baka, we wish you all the best. And all those involved in the Ghana Premier League. And to you at home for always choosing StarTimes. You are the best. Till we meet again, it's au revoir. Bye-bye.